So do you want to reclaim your intimacy after you've had a baby? Because here are some strategies you could adopt, and I think this research study might validate some of the feelings you ladies have. In this study, they looked at different types of pregnancies. They looked at C-section, they looked at vaginal birth, they looked at all different things, and they looked at the changes in the women's self-reported sexual practices. And I have to tell you, you guys aren't going to be surprised by this. If we give women personal time to facilitate emotional management, it improves everything. And it improves the emotional changes related to the demands of motherhood. This article is one of the most validating things I've ever seen for a postpartum woman who needs to explain it to anybody else who doesn't get it. So the article goes on to say a lot of different things, but let's get into some details that could be helpful to you. So when women are postpartum, the estimated time to resume relations after childbirth varies between 6 to 8 weeks, but only 32% of those women surveyed took up the time to do the relations again in that period. Women may tend to delay the relations because they are not yet ready due to the changes they're experiencing. Oh, what are the changes? Well, there are many, but although these women did tend to return to the relations between the 3rd and 6th month postpartum, some authors suggest these women may experience at least one sexual problem. Okay, let's keep going. Some of the problems a woman could experience postpartum that could affect their sexuality could be things such as this. Common emotional factors at this stage are depression, the responsibility of assuming a new role, fears that accompany motherhood, self-image distortion. Oh, in addition, the sexuality of postpartum women is impaired by fatigue, extreme tiredness, lack of time for oneself, and intimacy with the partner. Because of the things I mentioned, some of these studies show the factors I just talked about are responsible for women showing reduced sexual interest or drive, lack of lubrication, lack of arousal, changes in sensitivity that make pleasure or orgasm more difficult, which implies less sexual satisfaction for the couple. So some barriers to women having intimacy would also be like fear of pain and fear of, dryness. And so this article talks about strategies women can use to help that. So they go on to say these strategies arise to manage the presence of physical alterations such as pain, the fear of suffering it, so being afraid of sex, and the lack of lubrication. But I want to sum up this article in a nutshell. It says, basically speaking, that women will go through physical, mental, and emotional changes after you have a baby. And because of all these things, if you don't have time to physically restore yourself and have alone time to be you, you can't get out of this cycle because you don't even have a moment to breathe. One of the best things that you can do if you are struggling with the things in this particular article is for your partner, if they are so inclined or have somebody come help you, to allow you to have alone time, to become yourself, to take a nap, to shower, to do something that gives you joy. Because let's not forget Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You need your needs met too, but your life has completely changed for the good. We love that baby, but now you're suffering and you are like, how do I get out? Alone time. Prioritizing your self-care. Telling your partner that research shows your alone time and your self-care is crucial for your intimacy. So the more time you get to be alone, calm down, take a breath, not be overstimulated that everybody and everything's touched you, you are more likely to want to touch somebody else of your own free will. Also, can I please note that 1 in 3 women will experience vaginal dryness postpartum, because when you are postpartum, your estrogen drops. And as you know, estrogen is a water-loving molecule and your vajayjay needs it to have the sexy time. So please don't take it as like a personal offense if your vagina has dryness. You just need to use more lubrication. It's a hormonal change. It's not your fault. It is not your fault. Hit the plus sign and follow for more women's health and wellness tips. Bye.